Hi Cancer, and welcome to the Mother Tressa channel. If you're already familiar with this space and you're already subscribed, then welcome back. So glad to be interacting with your energy again. You already know what to expect. But if you are new to the Mother Tressa channel, then welcome in. We're here to embrace you with love and acceptance. So definitely feel free to come in as you are, wherever you are energetically. That really doesn't matter so long as you leave better than you came, okay? Leave with laughter, leave feeling enlightened, leave with confirmation, be it positive, negative, or neutral. But most importantly, leave with a solution. So funny that I said that, Cancer. What you guys have as the overlying energy, what you will be feeling the heaviest, is the Ace of Pentacles. So yes, you're looking for those solutions. The answers to any problems you may be having. What came out after that is the Star card. Hopefully it's focused. Followed by the Four of Swords, followed by the Five of Swords. I had a feeling that the Five of Swords was going to come out. In my mind's eye, I saw the card and I was thinking about how now is the time to simplify a lot of the things that are going on in your life. So that's the solution. You need to simplify your life a little bit more, or some aspect of your relationship. And this can be a romantic relationship, a work relationship, a platonic friendship that you have, or with like distant relatives. I'm also getting that. You have the Justice card in reverse, and then the Ten of Swords and the Sun card that flipped out. Bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man. What do we start with? Do you want to start with finance? Do you want to start with love? Pick a card, any card, right? So let's start with finances and what you can be doing on the career front, because that's really jumping out at me with this Ace of Pentacles and the Star card. I feel like a lot of you guys are starting to dabble in certain crafts. This can be arts and crafts with the Ace of Pentacles, or anything that is within the realm of the arts. So you can be working with, I'm hearing digital photography. You can be doing a lot of spoken words, so like you might be into poetry. You can be doing things as far as like actual painting. Working with acrylic is what's coming through for me. Oil painting as well. Surrealism with this star energy that's here. That might be your style of painting, or that's something that you're wanting to study and learn more about. But this can also be things that just require for you to actually use your hands here. So male or female, whoever I'm reading for, the gender, it's non-specific. It's just you don't mind getting your hands dirty with whatever it is that you're working on. And it is quite fulfilling here. It's something that can help to take your mind off of any issues or problems that you can be having, so that you aren't in a space where you're just overthinking, you know, and causing yourself unnecessary stress. That's a little bit more mindless. I'm also hearing that, but it's still fun to do. So it's something like that. But it can help with insomnia is where also I was going. If you feel like you have trouble sleeping at night, or it's a cause and effect type of thing, because you can't sleep at night, you decide to involve yourself with something that's a little bit more mindless, just to put your mind at ease, so then you can more easily drift off into sleep. Okay, that's definitely what I'm seeing here. But there is a lot of potential. Whatever it is that you are doing right now, there's star potential, right? It's something that can acquire fame, fortune, popularity, or just intrigue altogether. The audience's appetite is whet, and I mean W-H-E-T, with whatever it is that you are doing, or whatever it is that you are showcasing or displaying, is what I'm hearing with this Ace of Pentacles and the Star card. Some hidden talents for sure are definitely coming up to the surface for a lot of you guys. And you get the support, you get the pats on the back, you get those words of affirmation that you don't even know that you need with this Four of Swords and the Five of Swords energy that's coming up here. And other people are just like, oh wow, you know, I didn't know that you were that good at that, or I didn't know that this was something that you could do, or oh, I want one, you know. And that's how it gets the wheels turning. So there's a lot of good with that. Only thing that I'm seeing that is a downfall in this spread is this Justice card. So let's say this Ace of Pentacles is you are joining a new team, right? Or you have an interest in doing something that is more so on the verbal side of life. So again, trying to join a debate team, or you are in law school, or you're doing something like that where you have to come up and you have to present your case. I'm saying that you don't necessarily win the case, or you don't necessarily win the competition. If again, you're just on a debate team, or you're doing something like that with public speaking and communications. But the reason for that is because of minor errors or mistakes that you made here. So there's something that you overlooked, potentially in a rough draft that you wrote up, whatever it was that you did in practice here. But that's okay, because this is just a teachable moment for you when this happens. But also it's because Mercury is in the, the pre-shadow period of stationing retrograde. And you know, whenever that planet is retrograde, then communication is affected. You're more susceptible to making typographical errors in writing any paragraphs or doing anything like that, or in your presentations or any slideshows, PowerPoints that you might create. You have to double and triple check at this time. And I feel like for some of you guys, this video might be uploaded too late because it's going to come out on Monday, the 10th of February. So it's far too late. You've already submitted it because there was a deadline for it. But you will come to see that it's going to be those minor things, like they're going to nitpick. And so if you lose the court case or that practice trial, there we go. That's what I was trying to get at. If you're in school and you know you're going to school to be a lawyer or something like that in those legal fields, and you have to do like practice trials and stuff, you're going to lose by like a point, by a hair is what I'm hearing. So this again is a teachable moment to kind of show you how to be a little bit more detail oriented with this Swords energy, and how to be a little bit more structured and organized in your writing, and how to measure twice, cut once. Now, in matters of the heart and a relationship, I feel like there's an offer coming in. Somebody's wanting to have a conversation, or this is something that you want to initiate. It's kind of, again, like looking into Pandora's box. You don't really know what you're going to get. I'm also hearing life is like a box of chocolates, but so is love, you know? So if some of you guys have been a little bit too scared to put yourself out there, with the full moon that we just had that really started yesterday on the 8th in the zodiac sign of Leo, for those that follow tropical astrology, then now is the time where you are going to be supported, where you will come off as being very poised, you know, or you care about your appearance a little bit more. And so even if it's something that is uncomfortable for you to do, I feel like you're going to be feeling yourself a little bit too much to stay in the house, because this Five of Swords really came up in an obstacle position area of like what's wrong about the situation. You kind of want other people to see you in that regard. So I feel like naturally you're just going to be going out. Now with the Sun being the ending card that you have and the Hanged Man, I feel like you'll be going out to places that are like entertaining, but it still allows for some interaction without there being long drawn out pauses or awkward silences, because I feel like for those of you that are pretty rusty with dating, and I'm getting rust with this Pentacles energy here, that's like your biggest fear right now, because Swords energy is all about things that you are fearful of. So the date idea can be, oh hey, let's go to a place like Dave & Buster's or a Top Golf, you know, where there are other people there, which can again ease the tension. Or you're going to like bars, or you're going to like doing something like with karaoke, something where you guys can kind of let your guard down and be playful and be innocent like kids, and not take each other too seriously, instead of just the typical traditional dinner and a movie date. But I never suggest going out to the movies as a first date, because you 9 times out of 10, it's a movie you haven't yet seen, and so you want to really see the movie, which doesn't leave a lot of room for you guys to talk. And also because there are other people, and that's a space where you're supposed to be quiet, you know, where your phone is supposed to be silenced. It's just not appropriate, you know. And then depending on what time you go to see the movie, after the movie, people are typically tired, so there is no segue, right? There is no wiggle room for you to be able to really engage or learn about your person any more than what you were able to do before it started. So those types of things as suggestions for what to do. As far as your spirituality, though, well, actually, no. That was for singles. So people that are in a relationship, I feel like you are trying to turn a new leaf with the Aquarius, or you're just trying to get on the same page. This can also be somebody with very prominent Leo placements or Libra placements that are just not in alignment or in agreement with the chart that you have on a natal level and where you guys are growing at this time, or where it is that you're trying to put your attention. So at this time, again, because Mercury is about to station retrograde, it is highly important that you give more undivided attention and that you're actively listening at this time whenever you're trying to express a concern or whenever your partner's trying to express a concern, because there's going to be a lot more miscommunications. So when you hear something, instead of making an assumption and trying to base it off of how you feel and what you're used to and the way that you think about certain scenarios and things or words and the way that they affect you, just be like, okay, this is how I'm hearing it. Is this what you mean? And try to explain a little bit more what it is that you heard, and they can, you know, attest to that or respond to that and be like, yeah, that's what I meant, or no, that's not what I meant, this is more so what I mean. You're gonna have to do that a little bit more at this time just to get to the point. So just be very patient with whoever it is that you're already in a relationship with. And so long as you can bite your tongue is what I'm hearing, you can make it out of this period of Mercury being retrograde unscathed, right? You and your partner, and things can turn around. Again, it's temporary, but this is a test for you, right? A testament to how much you have grown as an individual and how much spiritual work you have been doing. And it will also highlight where it is that you need to put more emphasis, you know, what it is that you need to practice more as far as potentially mindfulness, as far as being caring, as far as being a little bit more catering to your person, as far as how effective of a communicator you are, and or vice versa, you know, as far as how supportive you actually are and vice versa, you know, how well you truly listen and vice versa. So this is a test to show you just how far you've come, but also where you can still improve, right? There's still room for improvement with the Ace of Pentacles here. But I see that going well. If you're not on speaking terms with somebody in your life that you have deep admiration for, or that you care for a lot and that you deem to be highly important to you, whether or not you've ever vocalized that or not, then this is what's coming in, right? Either you're initiating this or they will at some point. But just know that it's taking a lot out of them to work up the nerve, because Swords energy is all about nervous system. To work up the nerve to say sorry, you know, and to be transparent. And I feel like some of this is fear because they don't know if it's going to actually be well received. Because I feel like for some of you guys, you've already like blocked this person, or they feel like you've already moved on with your life and that it's not important, you know, or that it won't matter. But for some, that closure is highly important. Okay, in order for them to move on, they need to get something off of their chest, or you do. So just hear them out, because with the Swords energy, it can be that you don't really care to hear what other people have to say. But that's going to be really important, because to be dismissive in that way, it'll come back in other ways by other people when you feel like you really have a valid point to make and other people don't want to hear you out, right? You can understand how that can make you feel on another level outside of it being personal. So just afford that same grace, like extend that same grace to the person that may be wanting to apologize at this time and or wanting to share feelings. Again, this might be something that they're not used to or accustomed to doing. So it's just going to take a little bit more patience, right? Take baby steps is what I'm hearing. But yeah, that's what I have for you Cancerians, okay? If this reading resonated, give me a thumbs up, share this with your friends and family, subscribe if you haven't, and book with me should you need to. But if I don't hear from you, then please just take care of yourself and your soul until you see me again. Ciao.